took a shower last night. I was taking a pee. I'm scanning the perimeter because I'm aware there are people in the vicinity. What do people want to do other than ride other people? So if you're not careful, you might get surprised and go, what? And turn around and you get it all flying around, you know. So I'm just taking a pee. Acting like I'm looking at the sky. I just gotta keep beer with you. And I'm not looking at what I'm doing. Paying attention to other things. So since I don't have that visual of that distracting me, it becomes a distraction to the other things I'm seeing. And I realized as I was taking a pee, having taken a shower last night, how clean and smooth my penis felt. And I said, you know, that's all right, man. And it sounds lewd to talk about, but I mean, how often does it ever occur to you to notice? And I was looking for something in here to talk about. It had nothing to do with that. I had the airborne coin in my pocket. There's a story there. And I was looking, and I find this. I found a birthday card I wrote for my mom. There are two on this between, so you'll see me flip it around. But I wrote the one year, and I said, I can't give that to her. That's just, you know, it wasn't even, I was thinking, write a birthday card. And I was thinking what would make people happy. But this isn't the type of thing you give to your mother. That's the first birthday card. The second one is on the other fold. And and I did give her this one the next year. It was for the next year. It says, happy birthday, and be glad you're just the age you are right now. Oh, God bless all the older people that are younger than us. And to all the younger people that are older, fuck them. They're all the people fuckers writing all the laws which pertain to everybody but themselves. So yeah, I wrote that one for the next year. And I thought, well, you know, that one's acceptable. But the thing is, I'd written it ahead of time on the same thing I folded over and made a card out of. See? Look. Happy birthday. All that stuff, you know? And then, oh, there's that. So I wrote it so you could open it up and read the other one. But it was on the same one as the 1 year before, and I was like, I gotta give my mom this one. This is a good one. And so because I gave it to her, she got this one too. If you don't have a happy birthday, I don't know what I'll do with myself. Happy birthday, Ma. Yeah. You see, I feel like I have to explain this. This guy, he's so happy. He's just wishing a happy birthday. If you don't have a happy birthday, I don't know what I'll do with myself. And he's just sitting there with a flaccid penis and a sad face. And, you know, that's not the type of thing you give to your mom for her birthday. But I wrote it. She appreciates the things I have to say. And I've never touched her inappropriately, just like her mother would come over with chat for like Easter dinners and Christmas dinner. My dad would make a ham, and she'd always come in, and she was already getting deep into the Alzheimer's at that point. So she said the same things, you know, it leads to it. You say the same things. It's back and forth. Same thing all the time. And then suddenly, you know, that's all you keep saying. And they're like, oh, he's got Alzheimer's. No, he's on fucking repeat. But she always come into the house with Chet. Good looking man. Big cowboy hat, cowboy. Always well dressed, you know, with this buckle, and I like Chet. And she'd always come in and say, he's never touched me inappropriately. They lived in the same assisted living home, you know, they had their own apartments and things like that. That's how all the syphilis gets spread, that nobody goes to see a doctor about, because they're like, well, I'm not close to death anyway. Might as well ride it out with a bit of dementia. Let's enjoy this thing for once, you know. But she came in the one time and she says, he's never once touched me inappropriately. And I looked at her and I said, well, you know, Grandma, I said, it's not inappropriate if you like it. And she just said, that's what you get. So, you know, I'm saying happy birthday to my mom. I'm talking about inappropriate cards. You know, if she gets the joke, that's all it takes, is being able to get the joke. But I was coming home off the road today. There's some comedian on you know, on the radio, and he's saying how he got mistaken for Kid Rock. And I just talked about Kid Rock in the unboxing with whatever the hell it was, the last unboxing the wall. Something. And it all came in, you know. This guy's talking, why would I be mistaken for the guy or whatever? And he's saying, why would I, if I were him, why would I be wearing a shirt of myself? And I went, you are not giving that guy enough credit. My sister-in-law called me like in 2003 and said, hey, it's your brother's birthday, the one that you love, the one that loves you. She said, it's in about a month, and we're having a surprise 40th for him. And I said, yeah? She said, can you make it? I said, geez, oh man. Motorcycle wasn't running, whatever. There were a whole bunch of situations that I haven't even put the time into putting together, piecing together, because they're there. But it's no big deal. Why even talk about it? It's filler in a place that doesn't need any filler, is what it amounts to. All filler, no killer. But, so I said I can do it. And I got on a Greyhound bus. I'm riding, you know, 4 days on the road, I think it was. A Greyhound bus. I like going Greyhound. I like a train better. But, you get a lot of reading done on a Greyhound. So I took it back and I made it, and I was keeping it a secret, and because it was supposed to be. And somewhere out there in like Nebraska or something, we stopped the Greyhound at a gas station truck stop so we could take our break and have our smokes and take a pee, whatever it is. And eat, I suppose. And I'm sitting there in the damn van, and this guy gets on, and he says, you know who that is? There's this limo type of thing that's like an SUV, whatever you call it, Cadillac. One of those things, like a limo, and it's taking the whole damn middle parking spot in the gas pumps. And there's this terrible music pumping out of it. I said, I don't fucking know. And he says, that's Kid Rock. And I said, oh my good golly. This poor fucker has all these poor fuckers riding around with him around the country, and they're pumping out his music a fucking 24 hours a day in there. And I'm like, holy fuck, what a miserable life. And then I thought, well, I'm going to Michigan. He's going to Michigan. I could shave 2 days off my trip if I went out and said, hey, I'm going to Michigan. I said, I wouldn't be able to stand it. So I stayed on the bus. So there it is. Why would he wear a picture of himself? He makes everybody listen to his shit constantly. I do that too. Yeah. Finally coming to understand that. I don't push it on everybody. So yeah, he drove across the country with that shit pumping out loud. That's gotta be aggravating. I'd rather ride a fucking Greyhound. And so I was going back for my brother's birthday. After 4 days on the road, I made it to, they dumped me in Mansalona. Alba's like only 14 miles. Mansalona's, it's whatever it is. And I said, I'll just fucking walk. I didn't want anybody to know I was coming. I didn't even tell the sister-in-law that I was coming. I said, I don't know, I'll see what I can do. And so I was incognito, you know, and so I get out at the McDonald's in Mansalona. I said, well, here we go. Time for a walk. I think it's like 23 miles or something like that to, yeah. But I knew I could hitchhike somewhere along the way, so I walked across the state highway and got on the tracks and started walking. I got my backpack, and I'm walking, and I very shortly after that, there was a guy coming blowing down the damn, what do you call it, train tracks on his dirt bike, and he stops next to me. I'm like, he's like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, I'm all right. Where are you going? I'm going, who are you? It's me. And he says, I know your cousin. And I said, yeah. And he says, He says, and my knees were aching. He said, you've been on a bus for 4 days. He says, fucking, how you feel? I said, my knees are aching. He said, you want something for the pain? I said, they'll stretch out. He said, oh, I got some stuff. He says, I wrecked my motorcycle a couple of years ago, broke my back, and they give me this stuff. He says, don't take a fall, and he breaks out. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna fucking, and it turns out it was like Oxycontin or something. And I'm like, and he had a cell phone, and he said, you got anybody you can call? I'm like, fuck it, I'll call my second brother. And I called him. I said, hey, I said, I'm coming from Mansalona. You want to pick me up somewhere along the way? I'm here. Don't tell anybody. And he's like, okay. So I made it 5 miles before he showed up. and then I had them drop me at the edge of the cemetery so people didn't know that I was coming. You know, who's here? And they looked, hey! I like to come in the dark. So I come from the cemetery with my backpack. I'm walking down the road and I can see my dad's house in the window, and there's somebody in there and in there and in there and there's and I made it home, and there my mom and dad are there. My dad, I saw some bum walking down the street. I was wondering, what the hell is this? And it was me. And so I laid down on the couch. Whatever it is that guy gave me, it started fucking giving me like H.P. Lovecraft opioid fucking dreams, you know. And I was laying on the couch. I'd been on a four-day bus trip, and I just started having this dream. There was this woman there, and she was just like, she says, now it's time to punish you. And she turned around, and I'm like, oh. And I said, this is the worst form of punishment ever. I was being facetious. And in my head, I could see outside of the dream, and I could hear myself go, and I could see the whole room. All the people in it were just looking and talking, and they weren't really staring at me, but I was wondering, can they hear me? I had some sort of weird experience, but that was without my oldest brother, the one that loves me, knowing that I was there. And so that night was his birthday party at the township hall, and I went on my own, and I walked in, and he was by the door, and he turned around, and I said, hey, happy birthday. And he's like, he really did that. He's just, I think his knees might have buckled a little bit. You see that? You think I may be the worst person in the world, and you can think of all the worst people in your world, but every one of them has somebody that enjoys their company. And don't get stuck on the idea of this one person that enjoys your company. You can get a lot of people enjoying your company. You can have a good time. You can be the most ludicrous, stupid, vicious bastard they ever met. And as long as you don't beat the fuck out of them every time they open their mouth, they're gonna like your company. And it's about birthdays. It's a happy birthday. Happy birthday, baby. Happy birthday to everybody. It's a fine day to have a birthday. Happy birthday, brother.